Hi, test 1, 2, 3. Now it's on.
What? Yeah, yeah. She's doing it well. Like, do you know? Yeah, do you know? Yeah, Bahari Renita, or are you going to do Bahari Renita?
2-minute warning, friends.
2 minutes.
2-minute warning, we are starting the service. 2 minutes, the service begins in 2 minutes, friends. 2 minutes, starting now. Thank you very much.
I'm like really bored with what I've been starting with. I feel like bored. Yeah, bored. Like the same thing that I'm doing. I'm like bored with it. I think that's nice. Better than other. I told them all. And we have to
Friends, please make sure you grab a prayer book from the back of the room. Everyone needs a prayer book. Everyone needs a prayer book. Everyone who is sitting here needs a prayer book. You can hear me. I know you're looking at each other like, what do we do? I know. Kids right here, I see you. Go get a prayer book in the back. Everyone needs a prayer book. Go ahead. They're blue. It says Mishkan Tefillah on it.
There we go.
Everyone gets a prayer book. You get a prayer book. You get a prayer book. It's like Oprah.
So funny. You're hilarious.
Everyone needs a prayer book. Hi, Keith. Everyone get a prayer book and come sit down because we're starting the service. You can take yours. Hold on. Hello and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is so nice to be with you on this fine Shabbat morning.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
So nice to be with you too, Rabbi and Cantor. Great. Okay. I'm glad we're all in this together. That was nice. Good. That's Cantor Sarah over there. Cantor Sarah Freudenberger. If you can say Freudenberger this early in the morning. Otherwise known as Cantor Sarah. I'm Rabbi Keller. It's easier to say Keller than Freudenberger. I'm Rabbi Keller. We are thrilled to be here to celebrate the third attempt at a bat mitzvah service celebration for the fabulous Marin Appel. And here we are. And I think it is safe to say at this point, since we have started our service, it's going to happen today. I think. It is a safe bet, I think. So, Mazel Tov for making it here through all of these. This roller coaster that we've all been on, and you and your family especially have been on, to bring us to this fabulous and wonderful moment. So for those of you who are carefully watch the progression and the chronology of our Torah portions, this one is going to be out of order because we are sharing in the Torah portion of the original Torah portion that was going to be read had we been able to celebrate when we wanted to celebrate. And so even though this week we read the Torah portion called Truma, and we are traditionally in the book of Exodus, we are going to fast forward. We're like getting into a time machine, for those of you who know Back to the Future. We're going to get into a time machine, and we're going to move forward to the third book of the Torah today and read from this really fabulous portion called Kedoshim, because it's the Torah portion that Marin had prepared 6 years ago when we were first tried to run this service properly. So I want to make sure that you're oriented, for those of you watching in YouTube land, also, so you don't think to yourselves, what is Congregation B'nai Israel in Boca doing? Are they reading from the book of Leviticus if we're in the book of Exodus? And now you know why we're doing that, and it's all thanks to the craziness of COVID-19. So we are here. There are 20 of us strong in our sanctuary. We have many, many others. I heard from the Appels that there are 7,000 people who are watching all across the country on our YouTube. Hope our YouTube can hold that many people. And so we are going to, now that I've been talking for too long, I just wanted to orient you so we know what's going on. By the way, it is for real, according to our chronology, it is called Shabbat Zachor. So I want to mention that. Shabbat Zachor is the Shabbat that happens just before Purim, because the holiday of Purim is this week. So that actually is happening in the chronology. It's supposed to be happening. So it is Shabbat Zachor. I just want you to know that. And so in honor of that, we ask you all to wear masks to celebrate Purim. So Mazel Tov for wearing a mask. And they're all very cute masks with a little heart right here. I have mine, a little heart right here. It's red. I think it's safe to say, Marin, that you like red. Yes. And so thank you all for wearing your masks in celebration of Purim on this fine Shabbat morning. Well, we can't officially begin until our bat mitzvah gets to put on her talit. So we're going to invite up her parents to join us. And if you want to follow along, by the way, everyone has a prayer book. And we are going to turn to page 190. There are 2 sets of pages in your book, one that have brackets, one that don't have brackets. We're following the brackets today. So in your brackets, you're turning to page 190. That's page 72 in the black print, but we're not following those numbers today. We're following the bracketed numbers. That's 190. That's where we're going to continue. So follow in your book. You'll find 190. I promise you it'll be easier once you see it. Appels, make sure your microphone is on as you now continue with our talit, please.
On this Shabbat, we rejoice in your coming of age in our tradition. As a symbol of your entrance as a responsible member into the Jewish community, it is our honor to present you with the talit.
This talit came from Jerusalem when I went to Israel in 2019. When wrapped around your shoulders, Marin, may it protect you, guide you, give you strength and love. Let it remind you of where you came from, how your grandparents, great-grandparents, and ancestors selflessly gave of themselves to provide us with the privilege and blessing of standing here today. May you continue the responsibilities of a Jewish adult and pass it forward for generations to come.
Our tradition teaches us to put tazit fringes on the corners of our garments in every generation as a reminder to observe all of God's commandments.
Now, as a bat mitzvah, a child of the commandments, you are ready to make moral choices, to grow emotionally and intellectually, and to take responsibility for the mitzvot and your decisions.
Be holy until your God. Bring blessing to our world, and may you bring to the household of Israel the same pride and joy that you bring to us.
We did it wrong, sorry.
Hold on. No, it's not wrong. It's perfect. She's going to grow into it.
Okay.
So let's do a little fold here. This. Okay, so you hold that in, and then put this on. So like this. Okay. Push your arms through. There
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lihitatef b'tziti.
Amen. We're going to continue now, moving into our service with Matovu. That's on page 192 in your brackets. 192 in the bracketed part. Every single morning, especially on Shabbat morning, we get to dip into a very special section of Psalms. They're very uplifting, and they're melodic, and they're lovely. That section is called Psukei de Zimra, and we are going to dip into that section on this fine Shabbat morning. And we're going to continue now with Ashrei, which is on page 215. Marin, you can use whatever page you want. Go ahead.
Ashrei yoshbei veitecha, o jahalucha sela. Ashrei ha'am shechacha lo, ashrei ha'am shadonai Elochav. Tehillah leDaviv, armimcha Elohai ha'melech. Bevracha shimcha le'olam va'ed. Bechoyam evehecha, bechala shimcha le'olam va'ed. Gadol Adonai malameod, belig duato and heker. Doro dore sebach ma'asecha, ugduratecha yagidu. Hadar kevod hodecha, verifrenef lo techa asicha. Ve'ezuz nerotecha yomeru, ugduatcha asaprena. Zecher avtucha yabiu, vetzir ketcha yeranenu. Chanan v'rachum Adonai, erech apayim ugdal chased. Tov Adonai l'chol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasitecha yevarhucha. Kevod malchutcha yomeru, ugduretcha yedaberu. L'chodi livnei hadam givrotav, uvkuvod hadam malchuto. Malchutcha malchutcha olamim, umemshatcha b'chodor v'ador. Somech Adonai l'chol chanoflim, vezokef l'chol hakufim. Einei koel l'chayasa beirut, ve'atanoten lahem et ocham be'ito. Poteach et yadecha, umaspil l'chol chayratzon. Tzidik Adonai b'chol derachav, v'chasi b'chol ma'asav. Karov Adonai l'chol karo'av, l'chol asher yikrahu ve'emet. Ratzon rav ya'aseh, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshi'em. Shomer Adonai kol ohavav, ve'et karashim yashmid. Tehillah Adonai yedaber fi. Vivarech kol barsa shem kol olam va'ed, va'anachnu nevarech ya. Me'atav yad olam. Hallelujah.
That was a lovely section of Psalms that we dipped into, was it not? Thank you for nodding your heads, everyone. Excellent. We're going to now sadly dip away from Pekei Zimra and transition into the main part of our service. And we continue now with Chatzi Kaddish on page 224.
Yikadavi Kedoshim Rabba Be'amandi Barachiute Be'yamlech Machute Bechayen Ukuyom Enkon Ukayede Kobe Yisrael Bagala Bagala Ubizman Kariv V'Meru Amen Yeheshme Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Omei Omaya Yitbarach Yibarach V'shitebach V'pa'ar V'noman V'naseh V'tadar V'taleh V'talal Shemen D'Kedusha B'rehu Le'olam Min Korachata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damin Ram Be'oma V'Meru Amen.
Continue now with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, which can be found on page 226, and together we stand.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed.
We're going to invite Aunt Stacy and Cousin Hawkins to join us. We are going to thank God for making day with our Yotzer Or. We're on page 228.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashioned all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights.
Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMorot. Thank you very much. We're going to continue now, since we are standing and remain standing. We'll continue with Shema, page 232, 233.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue now on page 234.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'kol nafshecha u'v'kol me'odecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'ele asher nechi metzacha hayom al levavecha v'shinetam v'necha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'betecha u'letecha v'derech u'shokbecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam le'ot dayadecha v'chayu totafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam amizot beitecha u'visharecha l'man tizkeru v'atitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim l'leihem ani Adonai Eloheihem asher hotziti akem me'eretz Mitzrayim le'ot lechem l'achim ani Adonai Eloheihem.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Speaking of Emet, it is always very important as we transition away from Shema V'Ahavta to keep the words of truth in our mouths. And with the power of technology, we are going to do that right now. And we are going to ask Ethan and Judd, who are going to read for us. We're on page 239 in our books, 239, but they are going to read remotely for us. I don't know if they're on FaceTime or on Zoom or whatever platform we're on, but we're continuing on page 239 with our blessing for truth.
You guys ready?
Maybe it's from overseas. We're just waiting for them to say. Maybe they sing hello, but we haven't heard it yet. It's overseas. I'm just kidding.
Hello? You want Ethan to restart?
Is he coming on or not?
Hello?
You're gonna hang up.
All right, you're going to be on speaker, okay? Okay. Whenever you're ready, Judd. Judd?
He's getting on his phone.
Just have Ethan read the whole thing.
How's it going?
Hold on. Ready? Go ahead.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
This is the wrong section.
As their brightness reminds us of the
239.
generation of Israel, who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
That's what you gave us for them.
Really? Okay. Well,
Go ahead, Ethan.
Our source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings in their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
okay. And technology has transitioned us into our Song of Redemption, Mi Chamocha, which is on page 240, where we continue.
Yisrael, ufteinu mecha, Yehuda veYisrael, Go'aleinu Adonai Tzivaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ga Yisrael.
We continue now with the Amidah, page 242, and together we stand.
Adonai, defektavtita uvia gita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu V'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Ve'kenei Hakol, V'Serker Zevo V'Ima'ot, Umevi Gidala Livnei Vehem, Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Hazera U'Mashiach O'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Tzrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Elam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atarav Le'Yoshia, Mashiv HaRuah, U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim Behesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Sahomech Noflim Verofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayem Emunato, Lishanei Afar, Michamocha Ba'agivuro, Umidom Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmeh Veshua, Beneman Atal Chayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol.
Continue with the Kedusha, page 248.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melo kol haaretz, kevodo.
אדיר, אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
Baruch kevod Adonai, mimkomo.
אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elochai Yitzion, ledor vador, hallelujah.
לדור ודור,
Ledor vador,
לדור ודור,
ledor vador,
לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, לדור ודור,
ledor vador,
לדור ודור,
ledor vador,
לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently now, here, page 248 through page 260. So 248 through 260. Silent prayer. When you're finished, please be seated. We are going to continue now with our Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for reading our Torah for Shabbat morning. Who's excited? Woo! Yes. A little Torah reading. Marin, I saw your hands were way up in the air. Not really. All the Torah is coming from you, though, girl. So you're going to have to, it's all you. Mm-hmm. Woo! So, big jump on our page numbers. We're going to page 362 in our brackets for us to begin our Torah service on this Shabbat morning. 362.
Ein kamocha ve'elohim Adonai ve'en kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshachtecha bechol dor vador Adonai melech Adonai melech Adonai melech le'olam v'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitein Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Please stand.
Avarachamim heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'cha levad batachnu Melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim
364.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Udevar Adonai mirushalayim
366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadlu le'Adonai iti u'neromema Shemo yachtav.
Please be seated. So before we hear some Torah, we want to hear a little bit about the Torah portion. So this is where Marin's going to be sharing her speech with us. Right now, she's going to take her time. She's going to do it slowly. She's going to enunciate. She's going to use each word very slowly, right? Slowly, very slowly. Marin, yes? Okay. And we look forward to it. When she's done, you're going to think to yourself, wow, that was really good. And you're going to want to applaud, but there's no applauding because we're not at a performance. So instead, you're going to give her a big hand. Let's see, just practice, everyone. Good, everyone got their hand up. Excellent, good. So when she's done, you're going to give her a big hand. You ready? What's that?
My whole speech?
You're doing your speech. Yeah, just make sure you're right in front of the microphone and it's right by your mouth. Take your time, go really slowly. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Thank you all for being here today, celebrating me becoming a bat mitzvah. A large part of my Jewish studies have been learning to carry out the commandments of the Torah. The Torah portion I'll be talking about this morning is called Kedoshim. If you've been carefully following along with our regular Torah cycle, you may have noticed that Kedoshim is out of chronological order. The pandemic forced me to change dates and portions, so even though I should be talking about Teruma, Kedoshim it is. Kedoshim is Hebrew for holy ones. Rabbi Chem Sofer once said, "To be holy is not merely in the privacy of your own home. Be holy in the community, in public, out in the open, and in society. To be holy means to be unique or different than others and to separate ourselves from bad practices. When people are holy, we are actually being challenged by a combination of moral and spiritual obligations. Holiness is what we do and what we make of our lives. We know holy people as self-sacrificing, compassionate, righteous people. Love your fellow as yourself. 2020 was a very challenging time for so many people around the world. I believe that the pandemic of 2020 set a perfect example of being holy. The countless frontline workers, including my own mother, who made self-sacrifices every day. There are also those who wear masks, wash their hands, and practice social distancing. They do their part daily and are holy people. 2020 has taught me so much. I learned to appreciate my life, my family, my friends, and my community. While I was studying my Torah portion, I wanted to do something for the community. I was thinking of different ideas for my Mitzvah project. 2 amazing people, without even knowing it, helped. First, my Aunt Jody. She's a lawyer in New York who protects abused children from broken homes. I was always intrigued by what she did. Her work is so important for the well-being of these children. Without her help, many children would not be safe. The second person is my father's colleague. My dad came home to share the story about his coworker who fostered a child and then decided to adopt him. He was a young boy who had no toys or belongings of his own. So Mom, Dad, and I ran around the house looking for stuff that a young boy would use, especially when all I had was girl clothes and dolls. I was so sad that he had nothing of his own. That moment is when I decided to help the Children's Home Society of Florida. This organization helps fund foster and permanent homes for children in Florida. For my Mitzvah project, we received many donations, monetarily and tangible items, to be given to this amazing facility. Some of the things that were donated, including personal hygiene items, clothes, cleaning supplies, food, games, and many other amazing things. Many people helped me with this project, and I greatly appreciate you for the support. One thing I will never forget is when I delivered the food to the children. They were in the kitchen eagerly waiting to help put everything away. It was a great feeling to see the expression of the children's faces. They were so excited to get bread, milk, snacks, and other food items that we take for granted every day. At that moment, I realized how fortunate I am. For my Mitzvah project, I have learned to be grateful for what I have and to appreciate that I come home to a safe and loving environment. Today would not be possible without the love and support of a few people. First, I'd like to thank Rabbi Keller, Cantor Sarah, and Cantor Muchnick for their time and dedication to help me prepare for my big day. Next, I'd like to thank Tomer, my Hebrew tutor, for being very patient with me and my Hebrew studies. He has stood by me and supported through me through this entire Bat Mitzvah process. I would not have gone to this day without you. I'll truly miss meeting with you every Tuesday to practice my Hebrew. I would also like to thank Grandma and Grandpa Katz for their love and unwavering support. Thank you for listening to me practice my Hebrew every night and counting the days to all 3 Bat Mitzvah dates. I would like to thank Poppy Steve for his love and always knowing how to make me laugh when I'm having a bad day. Unfortunately, my grandma Alicia is not with us today, and I know she'd be very proud of me. I know she would have been happy to see me here celebrate today. I love and miss you so much. Lastly, I would like to thank Mom and Dad for making today so special. I appreciate all the planning that went into today. Thank you for passing down the tradition of Judaism. I want to forever carry on those traditions. I love and appreciate you both so much. Mom, I love our girl days and spending quality time with you. Thank you for supporting me in school and listening to all my drama and giving me advice. You're my role model, my hero, and you taught me how to be independent. Dad, I love when you make me laugh, and thank you for being Mr. Mom and taking me everywhere I need to be. I love and cherish our memories we have together forever. Thank you for coming to all my soccer games, cheering me on, and being one of the best coaches. You're my biggest fan. And to the both of you, thank you for always being there for me and listening to you when I need you the most. Shabbat Shalom.
That was so good. That was so good. You enunciated. You spoke really clearly. I loved it. It was really good. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. That was cool. Thank you. How about some Torah? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So on this fine Shabbat morning, as you heard from our Bat Mitzvah, we are going to fast forward, and we're going to be chanting from the Torah portion called Kedoshim. If you have a Torah book with you, that's not the book, the prayer book. There's another big book at the back if you want one that says Torah on it. if you're interested. We're on page 798 in that book if you want to follow along. And we are going to be calling people up here to the bima to do the aliyah. The word aliyah in Hebrew means to ascend or to go up. And so it's not just physically to come up here, but to spiritually come up and be close to the Torah. So we'll be asking certain people to join us, preceding and following each section of the reading that Marin's going to be doing for us very soon. Also, if you want to follow along with the blessings, that's on page 368. So lots of page numbers. If you want to follow along with the blessings in your prayer book, that's 368 in the brackets. If you want to follow along with the actual Torah, that's in the big book named Torah, that's 798. Lots of different pages. Marin, how you doing with the little belt there? You got it there? You're on it. Did you find your spot? You have your yad? You good? All right. It is an honor for the first aliyah to call upon Mark Katz, Amy Katz, and Stephen Appel. Yamdu, Meir ben Yitzchak, Chana bat Yitzchak, Shmuel Nachman ben Aheri l'Aliyat Torah.
Wait, I can't see. I thought it's Baruch Adonai Baruch.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bashar banu mikol almin, v'natan lanu et torto. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. You were wrong.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el kol adat b'nei Yisrael, v'amanta eleihem Kedoshim tihu, ki kadosh ani Adonai Eloheihem. Ishimo v'aviv tira'u, v'et shabtotai tishmoru, ani Adonai Eloheihem.
You're supposed to say it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'yayim alem natan v'torah durnu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. For the honor of the second aliyah, Rachel and Jeff. Love you. Yamdu Yitzchak Benjamin ben Shmuel Nachman veRachel Chaya bat Meir l'Aliyat Torah.
Bachu et Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Ba'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborah Le'olam Ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Al tifnu el chalilim ve'Elohei masecha lo ta'asu lechem, ani Adonai Eloheihem. V'chi tizbechu devach shalamim la'ramer tenechem tizbechu. Ve'yom yichahem yacham porat v'chanotah ad yom hashlishi ba'esh yisarei.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam notah b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Bachu Adonai Hamborah.
Hold on, let me call you up. Ta'amot Tzipora Fegel bat Yitzchak Binyamin Rachel Chaya habat Mitzvah.
Bachu Adonai Hamborah. Torah. Ve'im he'achoya achel bayom hashlishi piguhu lo yeratzei ve'ochav avono yisa ki et kodesh Adonai chilel v'nichata hanefesh hahiv me'amecha uvkutrechem et ketziratechem lo techalei pe'atzadecha liksor veleket kirscha lo telakei. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, yehelanu. Simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, yehelanu. Yehelanu, yehelanu, ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, ulecho Yisrael. Simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, mazel tavu, simen tavu, yehelanu.
Woohoo! Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Do you want to do that again? Want to chant some more? Yeah, all right, great.
I think she would be a very good recruit for high holiday
I
Torah
think it's a done deal. I think
What
that
do we
you are
think
going to be
about that?
chanting
Add her to the
at-
list, Rabbi.
Done. I think you're going to chant at the high holidays. What do you think about that? we keep postponing the
She's
Torah.
not sure, but
we keep postponing the Torah portions. I feel like we might just do Kedoshim. You have to do Kedoshim at the high holidays anyway, so you're already done. So it's already set. You actually do it on the high holidays.
perfect.
So we're perfect. You're good. You know the Torah portion better than anyone else. You've been practicing it for months. With the Torah in front of us, we're going to think of those in our community who are in need of healing, a physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. If there's someone you're thinking of, by the way, and you'd like to share their name, please share their name at this time. Those of you also in our YouTube land, if you would like to place someone's name into the chat for us to think of some healing prayers for them, please do so. We're on page 371 in your prayer books.
May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We are going to close our Torah service, so that is on page 374. Marin, you can actually move the Torah actually over if you want to the left so you have more space. You can move you move the microphone over to the right, and then you can move the Torah over to the left and then put the cover on it, and then you can like have that space to yourself if you want. Perfect. You can kind of close that up. Good. It's okay. You can lift it. It's fine. Or you can leave it there. That's okay. We're on page 374. Hallelu et Shem Adonai ki nisgav shemo levado.
Tehillah lechol chasidav livanei Yisrael ham kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's chaim hila machazikim ba v'tom meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu kekedem.
I think your parents want to talk to you. I think it's time for them to share a couple of words with you. I think they like you, so they want to share a couple of words with you. By the way, same rules apply when they're done. All right, okay.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you everyone for tuning in today to Marin's Bat Mitzvah. We appreciate every one of you. Obviously, it's been very challenging to make this special day come to fruition. Marin has been prepared for what seems like 3 years now. 3 years ago, I said to Rachel, I hope I remember my Hebrew so I could help with her studies. Fortunately, she never needed my help at all. Marin was a natural. Of course, I listened to her very often. Sometimes there was yelling, some tears, but it was all worth it. You sounded so beautiful today. Just wanted to send a shout out to Tomer, Marin's Hebrew coach. Your encouragement and support throughout this process didn't go unnoticed. Thank you. Marin, I'm so proud of you in becoming a bat mitzvah. I'm proud of the young woman you are and the woman that you are becoming. I'm confident that you will achieve anything you want out of life. Just keep grinding and working hard every day, and your dreams will come true. Without a doubt, I know you will be very successful in anything you are compassionate about. Even if it is your TikToks, or your weird dance moves in airports, malls, restaurants, doctors' offices, supermarkets, you name it. Some of those dances are a bit cringy, but I love all of them. Just keep being yourself. Don't let anyone try to change who you are. If you want to dance, dance your tuchus off with that big, beautiful smile. One thing about Marin is her love for her friends, family, and even strangers. Marin always thinks of others' feelings before her own. She genuinely and unconditionally will always be a voice and an advocate, or just a support to anyone that needs help. This is a very special quality that many don't possess. It can be learned, but I feel it's in your DNA. Marin displays these qualities every day. Her Bat Mitzvah project really showed me her love she has for others. You made many children very happy that day. Unfortunately, Grandma Alicia could not be with us today. She loved you and our family very much. She told me a few years ago that she wanted to be at all the grandchildren's bar and bat mitzvahs. Unfortunately, this did not happen. We'll all miss her very much, but I know your grandma very well. I think she was listening to the bat mitzvah and playing her clarinet to your beautiful tunes with a Diet Coke in her hand. She would have been so proud of you. I know Mom has a lot to say, but just know I'm always here for you, good, bad, a shoulder to cry on. Throughout your life, there will be challenges. Please remember, I'm only a nanosecond away. I will always show up for you, anytime, anywhere, day or night, even the moon and back. I love you very much.
Marin Isabel Appel, you are what I have waited for my whole life. I will never forget the words, "It's a girl." I screamed so loud. We laugh how you came flying out in the delivery room, ready to go. Dad and I wanted to name you after your great-grandmother, Martha Katz. She was a strong, poised woman who was full of kindness, love, and life, even on her sickest days. My first boss was Dr. Marin. He believed in me and gave me the opportunity to fulfill my dream as a PA. In some ways, he gave me a new beginning. How appropriate. Marin, a new life, a fresh start, a chance to set goals and dream big, and have your biggest supporters to guide you and walk beside you. As a baby, you kept us up for 1 year, even more. I didn't even know what sleep was. You barely had hair, and Grandma Amy and I would practically glue the bows on your few thin strands that you did have, just so people didn't think you were a boy. You were smart and entertaining. You made everyone laugh. The teachers always loved you and your delicious smile. I remember dragging you to Denny's to shop, begging you to try on clothes, and she refused. You did not like shopping at all. You would rush me out of the store. I'd buy clothes and bags that just sat in the closet with the tags on. You never wore. I would complain to Auntie about having the only little girl that didn't like to shop. Well, be careful what you wish for, folks. Now I can't get her out of Teen Angel or off the internet looking for another pair of sneakers. Oh, and your hair? I guess I didn't have to worry about that either. You love soccer and tennis. You love to bake and cook. Still trying to figure out where you get that from. And you love our rescue dog, Decker. We traveled, we celebrated, we entertained, laughed, loved, and lost. So many memories that have shaped you into the amazing young lady you are today. You have a great sense of direction. When Mom is lost, you always find our way. You are organized to a fault. One Hanukkah, you printed out a list, including a large picture, they were colored, and of each item, and the price, and where I could buy them. You know how to find the best deals in town. Your friends and even their moms come running to you for the latest in skincare and beauty tips. And many of your friends even have a Marin closet in their kitchen, too. When April 25th was canceled and Tomer asked you to learn a new Torah portion, despite mastering the one you already had, without hesitation you said yes. You spent endless nights studying in your room, and the echo from upstairs would bring tears to my eyes. I was in disbelief that this was my daughter. I realized that your preparation and dedication was not only for the Torah, but for life and things to come. How appropriate that your Torah portion was about holiness and community. As a young teenager, you are already displaying acts of holiness, and you've had to make decisions based on moral obligations. You've stepped in when peers have been bullied, and you've walked away proudly from peer pressure. You allow your friends to confide in you, but you know when to ask for help. You don't judge. You recognize bad practices. We respect your open communication. To have a daughter like you, I walk with pride. You are life's greatest gift, and when I look into your beautiful eyes, I see the whole world. Follow your heart and don't give up. Stay true to yourself and your beliefs. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. May you be blessed with patience and understanding. Hold on to your childhood of curiosity and energy. Reach for the big ones, baby, as your great-granny Franny used to say. Daddy and I will always be here for you, and you will be surrounded by your friends and family, not only for happiness, but for sorrows as well. We know whatever you set your mind to, you will conquer. We wish for you to always keep your place in the Jewish community, to continue traditions and host many Jewish holidays. with your delicious cooking. May you continue your education in Judaism and maybe even study in Israel one day. Thank you to Congregation of B'nai Israel for opening your doors during a very difficult time, for allowing us to be blessed with Marin becoming a bat mitzvah. Rabbi Keller and Tomer, especially for supporting us through some difficult personal times. Excuse me. We are so blessed to be a part of this community. Thank you to those who have joined us virtually and to those of you who are here with us. You are the light in our lives, and that is why we continue to shine. Thank you. I love you.
You know, they say that good things come to people who wait, and you had to wait. And I have to tell you that I love the fact that I have been chatting with your dad for months, and I feel so blessed to be part of truly every step of this, because we've gone through a roller coaster of this. You felt it. I know that you felt it. I know that at some point you thought to yourself, why am I going to just do it? Why am I going to do this? I mean, it's too much. It's too overwhelming. It's too stressful, right? And yet you did it. I know your dad too. I know your dad and your mom. I know that they were thinking to themselves, I don't know. Do I want to push ourselves? Do I want to push our little girl to do this all the time? I mean, I don't know. And yet, look. I mean, it's a true telling of the menshiness, like, you know, like of the deep rootedness that you have and that your parents have with each other. It shows, and it was felt in this room. It's felt how you guys talk to each other. It's amazing how you communicate, and I, for one, feel blessed to be part of that feeling, part of that deep, true emotion that you feel when I'm around you, when I speak to you, when I see you, and all this is through Zoom. So I'm serious. Like, how much more so when we're looking at you and we're in the same space. So I feel very blessed to be sharing in this with you, and you're not off the hook, kid. Like, when you emit this much love and empathy. And you share so much just in your presence, people crave that and want that in the regular world, but also in a pandemic world, that when you can produce that and you can create that and you can emit that love and that sort of genuine generosity and that love that comes from your family, that's real. So yeah, we're all plugging into that for a long time to come. That wasn't even my speech to you. That was just an emotion based on what you talked about. I got another hour to talk to you about your actual Torah portion and stuff. But so, okay, but before I go into my actual talking to you, we have gifts for you. So let's do gifts first, and then I'll talk to you, okay? So the congregation bought you a bunch of stuff because we like you and we like your family. So we bought you some stuff. It's right underneath there. You see there on the right, there are three things. There's a gift, yep, a gift, a book, and a gift. See that? Pull that all up. There you go. You can put it, yeah, you can move your book out of the way. Perfect. And let's open up that first gift. Go ahead, go. What'd you get there? Oh, candlesticks. Yes, so you got candlesticks. The candlesticks for Friday nights, for different holidays, so that you can connect to all of those. It's clear that there is a trend, there is a tradition in your family of holding on to sacred objects, because you are going to be doing Kiddush, or there's going to be a virtual Kiddush that's happening with the same Kiddush cup sitting right there that was underneath your grandparents' chuppah when they got married. So we know that there's a deep connection that's made and that can be made through objects. So we hope that those, God willing, will appear at incredibly important moments throughout your life. Okay, next. What's that book? What's that thing?
Torah.
It's the Torah. So we give you a small version of the entirety of the Torah. Open the cover. What does it say on the inside?
My name.
Well, it does say just more than your name. What does it say? Go on the microphone. Tell everyone. What does it say?
The top?
The whole thing.
It says, turn it, for everything is in it.
Keep going.
It says, presented to Marin Appel on the occasion of her bat mitzvah, February 20th, 2021.
Keep going.
88 Dar 5781 by Congregation B'nai Israel.
Yes. So that's for you. We hope that we hope that you use that a lot. We hope that that's on your shelf. We hope it goes with you to college. We hope that it goes and stays in your life. It's very important. Last gift. So the candlesticks, by the way, are from our sisterhood of the congregation. The book is from the brotherhood. Let's see what the brotherhood got you. The brotherhood are very good wrappers, by the way. They wrap gifts very well. Very hard to open. Oh, you got it, though. Good, okay. What did the brotherhood get you? What is it?
Newish Jewish Encyclopedia.
All right, the newish Jewish encyclopedia. Hold it up. Let's see. Hold it up. Ooh. Ah. Excellent. Good. All right. So those are all on behalf of the congregation for you. And now I get to talk to you. So I say this every week. I don't think you pick your Torah portion. I think it picks you. And in your case, this was tough to pick you and match the Torah portion because it was a moving target. It was never in the right spot. And I think it landed perfectly. No other person should have landed, or no other Torah portion should have landed on someone other than you, who perfectly lands because Kedoshim is the center of the Torah. It's in the third book of 5. So the third book of 5 makes it the middle book. And it's the middle of the middle book. So some people believe, and I think we've talked about this, that Kedoshim is the heart of the Torah. This Torah portion is the center of the center of the center. And you, Marin, are a heart-filled person. You pump love and fill love into the lives around you. You are that center heart. I know that. I see that, like I said. It comes from your love and the love of your family, of the people who surround you and love you. And so, here is the job, though. The job is now, how do you create this from now on? The next step, right? All of this work, which was a lot of work, by the way, to get here, was only the first step into Jewish adulthood. Now you have to take all the next steps. And you're obviously going to have the support and the love of your family who adores you and cares about you. But now from the Jewish perspective, you have to do it on your own because you're a bat mitzvah. And so that's the task. The task is, can you continue to emit, to bring forth all of this heart and this love that connects to your Torah portion, this idea of the center of the center of the heart of the heart. Can you continue to do that in every step you take now into Jewish adulthood? Not just for yourself, which is hard, but not as hard as providing it for the people around you. Do you think you can do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you can. I think you can because of the person you are. I think you can because of the people who you come from, the people who care about you, the friends that came who are looking at you and are so happy to be here with their little light in their eyes. I can see how happy they are. I can't see their faces, but I can see they're smiling underneath their masks. So this is the task. It's also, by the way, not a mistake that you are in Kedoshim and it's the center of the center, it's the heart, and you love red. Look, red's everywhere. We got hearts on our masks, right? The center of the center of the center. Your dress is red. Even though I'm colorblind, I know it's red. So So we at Congregation B'nai Israel are looking forward to this heart to continue to pump around us and to keep showering us with the love that you emit. I'm serious. I'm going to track you down. I have the cell phone from your mother and your father, and I'm going to find them, and they're going to give me your cell phone number too. And I'm going to contact you and call you and be like, okay, Marin, it's time for you to emit your love and shower us with all of the greatness, okay? So if it's cool with you to end my long talking, because I feel very connected to you and your family, if it's okay with you, both Cantor Sarah and myself would like to shower you with one more thing, and that is with God's blessing, perhaps one of the oldest blessings that exist in the Torah. If that's okay with you, we'll give you a little blessing. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha ve'hunecha.
May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's presence be with you all the days of your life and grant you peace, as together we all say, Amen. We are going to begin to conclude our service now with Aleinu. That is on page something. 586. Big jump in your prayer books in the bracket. 586. And together we stand.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet kedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We transition our thoughts now to Kaddish Yatom, to Mourner's Kaddish. Pardon me. We mourn the passing of our member Alfred Jacobson, husband of Ruth Jacobson. Also, we think of those in the period of Shiva, the immediate 7-day mourning period, and the period of Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period. We think of Al Smith, Shlomo Meyerson, Bernice Maslin, Joseph Kammer, Lawrence Apotheker, Sidney Cutler, Sherry May Wagner. We also think of our Yortzites that occur for us this week, also in connection with our Bat Mitzvah family, Lenny and Molly Fund, Irving and Martha Katz, Izzy Kuznets, Jerry and Francis Sandows, and to all of your all of you here connected to our Bat Mitzvah, to the uncles and aunts and cousins and friends that are no longer with you all physically. I know that you are thinking of them in your hearts, and you especially wanted me to mention that your lives are brighter and your memories are brighter, and that you are blessed to have them all in your memory. And for our Yortzites that occur here for us from the synagogue this week, Claude Abrams, Nathan Ackerman, Norman Ackerman, Sylvia, Arnold D. Morris Averbach, Ella Blankenstein, Rochelle Buckstein, David Coburn, Leopold Cohen, Arthur Kahn, Chad Michael Cooper, Bessie Diamond, Wilma Donatov, Morris Farley, Frank Flown, Louis Gershin, Barry Goldring, Samuel Goldstein, Larry Gottlieb, Elizabeth Harris, Robert Herskowitz, Alda Himmelblau, Lucien Hirschberg, Bernard Hollander, Ann Kerner, Robert Kramer, Ronnie Kramer, Sadell Laubstein, Joseph Leeds, Bertha Lefkowitz, Bess Levine, Mark Liebman, Irene Mann, Paul Mazer, Helen Medoff, Evelyn Morris, Barry Newman, Ray Pachter, Devra Pollack, Sylvia Siegel, Jean Sir, Shana Ruth Schumacher, Lillian Smolene, Stanley Spielvogel, Bert Steinberg, Jules Steinberg, Arthur Tools, Gerald Tucker, Carol Weinerman, Bernard Weissman, Herbert S. Werner, Anna Wilkes, Rosalia Wilkes, Zelda Yanner, and Natalie Zoll. To those names, we had any name that you would like to add at this time? Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 598. Yitkadal v'ikadash shmei rabah, b'alma divrach chirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chay dechol beit Israel, b'agala v'zman karev v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach leolam ulmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. As together we say, Amen. So before we conclude our service, we would like to do a little Kiddush and Motzi with all of you. And we got some live, we got some on the phone. And so we have Kiddush zooming in. That's Aunt Jody and Uncle Eric and cousins Haley and Jacob. And then for our Motzi, we have our grandparents, Mark Katz, Grandpa Mark Katz, and Poppy Stephen Appel to join us. So we'll have you all kind of come up here around the Motzi area and the Kiddush area, if you'd like. And so if the Zoom people are ready for Kiddush, we are ready. Amen. Have some, it's wine. Enjoy it. Okay, and now our Motzi. I believe this is a new challah cover, is it not? Also, it's a brand new challah cover, right? Oh, from Israel. Even better. I love it. Okay. Do you want to bring the microphone to them? Yeah, bring one of the mics. Yeah. There you go. Good call, Sarah. Motzi. Lechem. Haaretz. Amen. Woohoo. Havshulchala. And we're going to conclude with a little concluding melody called what?
Ein Kelohenu.
Ein Kelohenu. What's that? What page is that on there?
Page 626.
626. I love page 626.
Me too.
We
Everybody
are
ready?
626.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kamoshienu, Mi Elohenu, Mi Hadonenu, Mi Chemalkenu, Mi Chamoshienu, Nodal Elohenu, Nodal Adonenu, Nodal Emalkenu, Nodal Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Adonai Oz Lamo Yiten, Adonai V'achat Amov Shalom. May God give strength unto our people. Continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace. Mazel Tov and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Woohoo!
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.